2, 1. Let's get ready to caramba!
Round number 3 of the buybacks is underway with a pretty good chain reaction collision, Terry.
Absolutely. That poor old 57 Plymouth out there just getting it on both ends. But hey, that's what it's here for.
Oh, they got a rider in the middle, right up on top.
And oh man, Collins out of Lindsay giving a letting that drive. Papa Tom is looking at Collins out of Lindsay, getting that differential checked out.
You got a leak, he's saying.
Of course, we're stopping the Derby for safety reasons, but these drivers are like, come on, let's go. So what?
Gonna have to pick these two apart now. Papa Tom does his quick survey of the bottom of that car.
And Rob Collins riding high and dry. That happens too with the sedans when their trunks get to be like a bit of a nose of a ski. Is you come into a car that's sitting low, you risk the chance of riding high, and of course he did here. But we'll pull them apart here and continue on.
Looks like they've been picked apart, and we're ready to roll again in heat number 3 of the buyback. Papa Tom has got the top apartment of Rob Collins taken off his car, and he's ready to get going again.
Oh, we just see a tire pop there, and the back end of that little sedan, or hatchback, I think. I'm not sure. Bukowski there running without a left rear.
Had some tremendous hits again in this heat.
Oh, 175 getting a good shot in the back end there.
Papa Tom's out of it. Oh, there's a good hit.
Bukowski still moving around there. Got a good shot from Collins on the back end, but it doesn't seem to have affected him too much. And that's bad news there when the trunk starts hitting the ground. Oh, hello. Sit and duck, couldn't get it going.
Coming through the back door.
The 57 car, 47 car that's head fast, it took a hard one in the nose. Bukowski comes in, lays it to him again. Definitely picking on that guy. Then he drives away. Uh-oh. Not looking good. Oh, man, Bukowski just stuffs the back door wide open on that wagon. Real strong front end on that Chevy. And really laying it to that wagon right there. That car is just about done in one hit. After riding high and dry in that 76 Impala, he's still doing okay, but
about to take a little bit of flame there too coming out.
And oh man, the 154 car coming in hard and just laying it to him.
Jeff Doms from Michigan.
Collins still a sitting duck, but 47 gets in his way. Ed Fast taking the hit that time.
Took one for the president right there. Stepped in front of a bullet.
Man, oh man, Doms is just going crossfield shots here, trying to give these guys a whole new zip code. There you go.
Oh, what a good shot.
Ed Fast just taking it hard. We just heard from the officials that Ed Doms got warned by the trackside flagman with a rolled up pink flag, meaning, come on, you better start hitting. And, well, he certainly has. Jeff Doms now putting on a show here, doing the crossfield shots.
All it takes. He says, you want me to hit? I'm going to hit. And here comes Jeff Doms again.
Oh,
coming
man.
Across hard.
Fast trying to get out of the way, but he's just a sitting duck. Look at the nose in that wagon. He's going to do it again. He's going to kill that wagon with a couple of more shots. Here comes Bukowski. Good move on Bukowski to drive away and feed him a door bar. Now it's payback time. Bukowski, a well-experienced driver here. Definitely one to contend with. But Doms is really laying it on now. Certainly the tougher car. Oh, maybe not. Bukowski raising that back end high.
A lot of good action here, all created because of the pink flag. Here comes Collins in for a hit.
Nice on Collins. Stuffs that rim deep into the dirt. That could hurt Bukowski. I don't know if he's going to pull out of that. He does. Oh, this is a good derby.
Takes one in the front end then. Collins comes again, gives him a tap in the back.
Alrighty, Doms finally gets clear of that berm. He's out running around. Bukowski's chasing him. Collins is a sitting duck, and here comes Doms.
Big hit. Now he's going to get one.
Bukowski working hard on the back end of Doms. He knows that's the target to go. Bukowski's starting to raise high, though. His frame's starting to touch ground. Not good for him. Doms still moving clean and clear. Alrighty, well, we've just heard officials that Bukowski's on his second pink flag. not looking good for him. One more and he will be disqualified.
That means he's got to get aggressive. He's got to make some hits.
He's got to give it all he's got now.
The first pink flag certainly brought him out of his cocoon, and
oh, look out. That's what it's about. It's amazing how a pink flag suddenly makes your car run a little better out there. Mikowski trying to play the game there to his advantage, but unfortunately, you know, you got to hit. That's what it's about. It's a demo derby. Now, he's placed the last hit on Doms, and it looks like he's stalled. He's trying to get it going. He's using his hand throttle. He's working it.
And that's it.
Mikowski gets it. Mikowski got the last hit, and he got it.
That was a very close one for you. How do you feel about that?
Oh, it's all in fun. Hey, luck's 90% of it.
Because both of you were last moving, so it was or not moving, so it was a close call there for a while.
Yeah, that it was, but whoever makes the last shot usually does it.
It was a very close one, and it came down to just a matter of seconds there at the end. How do you feel about it?
I feel it was kind of biased. I went down to the other end to put on a big shot, and then they told me I'm counted out for time, and for the time, I just don't think it's right. I don't know. That's my opinion. It's come a long ways. We come from Texas to get up here for this show. I mean, we had a hard time getting in here and everything, and
it looks like an old chunk of iron, but there's a good story to it, Terry. It's cost someone a lot of money.
Absolutely. Randy Mikowski from the News Bay over in Vancouver Island came out with a car. He welded a 74 Chev bumper, of course, to the 73 Chevy he was driving at post-inspection because he won his third buy-in heat, or heat number 3. And, of course, they cut open his frame and discovered welding on the inside, and that, as you say, may have cost him 50 grand. He's out. He's
eliminated. In his place, Jeff Doms from Michigan, the second-place winner in that heat, moves on to the finals to drive for $50,000. David Scotty, the final finalist, into the finals, Terry, but he had to rely a little bit on the clock and Steve Nystrom to advance from the 4th buyback. Yeah, we thought Nystrom there got out and made his final hit, but he did in fact get timed out, and the 70-second rule bit him in the end, and unfortunately he couldn't get out. His steering bought it and could not get the hit in, so as the way with Derby goes, Scotty takes it. Scotty takes it and moves on, joins the other 15 competitors in the final. As for Nystrom, once the steering goes, it's pretty tough to get yourself, especially when there's so many wrecks on the field, it's pretty tough to get yourself in position to make that hit under the clock. Oh, absolutely. He hadn't much hope in there. He was trying his hardest to get out. At one point, he did get clear, but again, the clock beat him. David Scotty of Webster, South Dakota. He's on to the championship round.
You're our last qualifier of the buyback rounds. It was a really close match here at the end. What clinched it for you?
The other guy lost the steering. I knew it, so I figured just keep him in the corner and keep hitting them.
Wild thing. Spectacular air and an incredible show.
We've gone through 11 heats. The second place qualifiers have dueled it out. Also 4 buyback rounds, and Terry, it was pretty tough getting down to the final 16, but we're finally there. Yeah, no kidding. All those guys competing so hard to win their heats, and then of course the guys running 2 heats to win their buyback rounds, and of course not without controversy. We mentioned earlier about Randy Mikowski getting caught with welding. Well, not only that, but the number 2 guy, Doms, comes in and he concedes on the ramp when they're checking his car he's got welding too. So that drops it down to number 3, Rob Collins, out of Lindsay, Ontario, and he's madly, furiously in the pits trying to get his car together to come back for the championship. Not much notice to get ready. Also in the championship round, defending champion Ron Boss Boss Hodges out of Michigan. Problem for him is he's got a car that's a little more beat up than the others.
That's right. Boss Hog's got the work cut out for him. But then again, so do these other drivers in the buybacks. They've had 2 heats on them. And even the winners of the first round heats, they're beat up too. So it's going to be pretty even field, I think.
Everybody's guaranteed $1,000. The winner goes home with $50,000 in the 2001 North American Championships.
We had one driver taken out of a heat because he had improper welding done to his car. Also, the second guy who goes up, same thing happened. So you were our 3rd place one, and now you're going to the finals.
Well, that's something else, I'll tell you. If I'd have known a little sooner, I could have maybe thrown a drive shaft, a lower control arm, and an upper control arm in the front, and I might have been able to actually do something out here. But hey, now I can afford to get home.
How's your car doing right now? You listed off all those things you need to do with it. What do you think your chances are?
My chances are absolutely nil. I'm going to sit there and collect my $1,000.
Do you think you'll even get it running at all?
Oh, no, it'll run, but it won't move. Like, there's no drive shaft in it, nothing, eh? Like, it's just they dragged it in and I get my paycheck.
In car number 5, David J. Bavra from Lamar, Colorado, driving in car number 103. The winner of Heat 9, Cliff Warren from Lamar, Colorado, in car number 102. Gary Henson, here he is, last year's champion, picked up $50,000 last year. Can he do it again? Winner of the 2nd place heat in car number 199 from Detroit, Michigan, Ron Hodges. Car 27 from Raymond, Alberta, Steve Charlton from Freeland, Washington. The winner of heat number 6 in car number 185, Tim Wanamaker. The winner of heat 2 in car number 130, Mike Kett. Winner of heat 8 in car 105, Mike Doyle. In car number 109, he bought his way back in heat number 1 of the buybacks, Shea Walden. Driving number 108, the winner of heat 4, Robert Scrott. The winner of heat 7, driving car 110, Jay Weber. From Webster, South Dakota, David Skade. The sweetheart of the 2001 Derby, Kathy Johnston. From the royal family of Derby driving from Salem, Oregon. One of them got all the way to this one. Terry Ferrando, the winner of heat 1 in car number 135. Rounding out the field, coming from buyback number 2. Driving car 81 from Edmonton, Alberta, Rick Nystrom. This is for $50,000 in the Worldwide Demolition Derby North American Championship. Let's do the cry together. 3, 2, 1. Let's get ready to crumble!
16 drivers, $50,000. It's all on the line. Terry, look for an aggressive start to this one.
Absolutely, I mean, if these drivers aren't sweating bullets at this point, butterflies in the stomach, I don't know what to tell you. $50,000 on the line for this heat. You'd almost be sick to your stomach out there waiting for this.
They've become only the 2nd person in Derby history to win this much money. The first person, of course, in the race, Ron Hodges, last year's defending champion.
Yeah, Boss Hog, he's out there, he's moving around. I mean, he seemed to have got it together. Well, who knows? Who knows? It's anybody's heat at this point, of course.
Pretty safe to say the only driver who won't win it is Rob Collins from Lindsay, Ontario, who got into it through strange circumstances. The first 2 finalists in the 3rd buyback heat, Terry, both disqualified, and Collins didn't have time to get his car put together to get it into race.
Yeah, Collins is certainly disappointing for him, of course, not to be in it, but then all of a sudden, there he is sitting in the stands. They literally had to pull him out of the stands and say, hey, buddy, you're driving. So as a good return, it's nice to see that he's going to get $1,000 for his efforts, and, you know, after all, he was up derbying against cheaters, so it's really good to see that he gets a bit of payback for that.
Damage on the cars coming in extensive. These guys have done a lot of work to get themselves in a position where they can race again. Some had a lot more time. You look back to Terry Ferrando, Mike Kett, those guys, winners of heat number 1 and 2. They've been working on their cars for a while. Some of the other guys who just won in the, like David Skidey, who won in the 4th buyback, he didn't have much time at all to turn his vehicle around.
Yeah, it certainly is difficult, and again, it's luck of the draw as to what heat you're going to be in the buyback, but it looks like Scotty's got it together here. He's moving around on that wagon.
I don't think we've had a flag broken yet.
Everybody's moving. I see 99 car over there having some trouble getting going. Another wagon seems to be down too. The attrition just a little too much after 2 and 3 heats for these cars for them to continue. It's like 102, Gary Henson of Lamar, Colorado. He's soon to be timed out over there.
There's a big hit coming across the middle. Mike Doyle with a hard hit.
Robert Scrockett of Cogswell, North Dakota, driving a green Chevy sedan. He's been knocked all over the field here. Been watching him, but he still maintaining his power. He went up in the berm, got down. Like a 110 Weber out of Fargo. He's pushing him around. They're locked together there, trying to get apart. There they go. They're broke free now. Looks like Scotty's out. He's just bought about too much with the frame. He's going to be done pretty quick.
Not much life left in some of these cars when they get here.
Jeff Warren still moving around that sedan.
Another good hit by Mike Doyle. He's wedged now, left a little vulnerable, takes one on the back side on the wheels, but manages to get away. Ferrando trying to track him down, gives him a little tap on the passenger's door, gets another tap then on the front side.
Yeah, I've been watching Doyle here for the past 25 seconds. He hasn't made a good hard hit in that time. Finally made contact there. Oh, and Doyle's
about to get rolled over.
Man, oh man.
Halfway up.
We'll see if they call it, but no, they're trying to pull apart here.
He's got both his right wheels off the ground at this stage until they back away a little bit. Hooked up in the corner. Be some emotion with the drivers there. The driver of that wagon shaking his finger at him.
Possibly saying hello in a friendly gesture. I
believe that's Jay Weber.
Yes. Derby drivers often do that. They wave to each other, shall we say, in the Derby. Very aggressive heat, lasting a long time. In comes Doyle now for the kill.
There's a very aggressive hit by Doyle.
Yeah, he hit Weber at a weak back end on the wagon there. Good shot.
Weber looks like he's talking to him again.
And Doyle takes it over the right side of the field. Looks back, picks his shot. Weber out there slamming, putting on a show. The 110 wagon. Here comes Doyle in hard. Oh, puts the rear end of that car sky high.
Big
005
shot on Vavra.
Yeah, Vavra out of Sunderland. He's
really ripped up his back end.
That's got to hurt him. We'll see if he can pull away from that. Yeah, looks like at this point that all our buyback drivers, of course, cars being too beat, aren't continuing. It's the winners of the heats that are 1-1 now.
The fresher you keep your car, the more you have a chance to win. There's another big hit by Doyle, using that back end. That one did some damage.
All right, we're down to 5 in the money. 5 cars left. Minimum someone's going to take here right now, $3,000. For fourth paying 5. Third place gives you $10,000. Second place is 15 grand. And of course, all day we've been talking about the big 50 for first place here. Right now, Dixon's car is starting to bend up a bit. Weber's car in the 110 has been standing up really well. He took a hard shot in the back end from Dixon, but has managed to avoid it.
There's a good hit there. That comes from Mike Doyle.
Mike kept getting caught in a sandwich there, 130.
Yeah, another good solid hit, and that sprung Mike Kett free on the other side of that. Although that front tire of his, front wheel of his, is just about destroyed.
Yeah, Jay Weber out of Fargo having a hard time getting around here. His left front tire, for some reason, was locked up on him. Looks like the wheel and the arms have pushed back into his inner fender, and it's locked. So he just can't get the speed up and the maneuverability. All right, 105. We've just been advised he's got his second pink flag, and deservedly so. Doyle out of California has got a second pink flag. He's got to start laying the hits in, or they will disqualify him.
2,000.
Kett's working so hard there. His steering's locked up on him. He's got very little power. And of course, he's way from the pack of where the action is. It's going to be very difficult for him to actually get in and make that hit. I see one of the timers come up with a sign. He may be out.
It's a hit by Doyle.
We've seen a couple of timers' cards come up here. I'm not sure who's going to be out on this one. Doyle's got Weber right where he wants him, right against the berm. Weber trying to get out of the way. Ket still having a hard time. He's working his way over there. He's doing anything he can. He's got no steering in that thing.
A couple of wrecks in his way, which is really hindering him. Doyle, meantime, continues to work it as he spins it around. The chase is on. And there's the catch.
Looks like Wanamaker's out too. He hasn't moved very far, stuck in that berm. Caddy may be dead. We could be down to the final three here. In comes Doyle for another shot on that weak end of Weber. The back end of Weber's wagon is definitely pretty soft, and Doyle knows it.
Couple of pink flags in the final.
All right, it looks like Ket is out. Ket is out. He has been timed out.
Doyle with another hit.
So unofficially, Ket, placing third, gets 10 grand. We're seeing a checkered flag here. It's going to Doyle.
We have our winner, $50,000. Doyle is our winner. Mike Doyle out of Dixon, California. The checkered flag comes out. The $50,000 first place prize money check is about to be handed out. Terry, it's not going to who we thought it was.
That's right, Mike Doyle, who took first in this championship round. They cut open his frame in the inspection station, and sure enough, they found some welding. We wondered why his car was holding up so well. That's why. Also, Mike Ket took third place, and guess what? Welding in his car as well, so they're both disqualified and out.
Thank you, Tom. Is it obvious? Why would you come all this distance for this kind of money without knowing the rules?
Well, the rules come across on the thing, and when you just so you understand what folks do, let me explain.
Now the problem is, even if you didn't do it, the car has been welded. The onus is kind of on the driver to know that the car that he brought is legal. Whether you welded it or whether it was welded before you got your hands on it.
With Doyle out, Jay Weber from Fargo, North Dakota steps up. He's our grand prize winner, and it's a hard-earned win for him.
I must say I'm happy to see him take it because he worked really hard. He got rolled over in his qualifying heat, came back to win that heat, comes out here and fights really hard with a clean, honest car, and look what it gets him, 50 grand.
Tim Wanamaker and Cliff Warren also move up. All in all, a pretty good final.
The aggression was really high there, and I think we have to attribute that to the Smoke and Joe Watson institution of the pink flag rule. Of course, the 3 rollovers in the one heat, and that earns Psycho Bill Condors a great fat check for that one. But again, the aggression was good to see, but let's not forget that it took nearly 200 drivers to get to the last one. So a good performance by all.
The fattest check of all, $50,000. That goes to Jay Weber, our grand champion.